for our team against a really good Maryland team. It was a great environment. Our crowd, without a doubt, couldn't have done it without them in that last 6 to 8 minutes. But our guys really competed and played hard, and sometimes that's not easy when you come off the road, especially when you don't play well. But I thought we had great concentration. I thought our leadership in the last few days really good, and being able to get Juwan sort of back up and going again was a big key.
Alex?
Defensively, it seemed like you guys were a lot better in the second half. What was different?
Yeah, I thought in the first half, just in general, they started to play a smaller lineup, which we really hadn't seen a ton. I thought they were running some motion rather than some of the stuff that we had normally seen. So they got some looks. They spaced the floor a lot better. And, Cowan and Herder are very good players. They got going. I think they had 20-some of their, I think that first half, I think they had 18 or 20 of their team's points. I thought in the second half we were much better on the ball. I thought we challenged things at the basket. It was a very physical game. And defensively, our percentage-wise, they shot 31% in the second half. And, I thought our activity level, with 8 blocks and 10 steals kind of showed you how active we were. Offensively in the second half was a little bit of a grind, though. We were having a hard time getting out of our own way with some illegal screens, missed free throws and some things, but you take it any way you can get it.
Zach?
They hit that kind of 9-0 run that was cued by a few different things there, middle of the second half, and there was a timeout. What, I guess, you guys come right back out, I think I hit them like a 7-0 run, coming the other way.
Yeah, it was a tough stretch for us. It was a tough stretch for us at that time, and I thought like I said, give our guys credit, they bounced right back. Came back, I think, Juwan with a big basket. Then there was some loose ball plays out there that we got on the floor for, which was great to see. And then they got the building going, which worked in our favor. So, all in all, a game like that, a game of runs, when you're playing against a very talented offensive team like Maryland, to be able to hold them to 68 points, and especially in the second half, just not let them get going. But it was a good night for us.
Terry?
When did you know that Juwan was going to play, and I guess how are you preparing the last few days of practice without him practicing?
Well, just in learning what his injury was at Michigan State, which was an ankle, he wasn't going to be able to play the rest of the Michigan State game. I think they took the second half and really just treated him. We started treatment right away. Obviously Tim does an amazing job, but Juwan was detailed. I thought he showed improvement on Saturday, didn't practice. Tim thought maybe some walking, non-contact stuff yesterday would have been apparent. I didn't want him to do that. We held him out again. And then figuring that, a full other round of treatments today that we would know by game time. And, Juwan said he felt pretty good. So obviously he played like it, which is good to see. If he didn't play, we would have been, prepared to play with the guys on our team that had to play the bulk of the minutes. If he wasn't going to play, we had to maybe find a combination where Justin and Colin could play together at times, which hasn't happened all season as well.
Coach, you mentioned looking for alternatives, but Justin had a great day with the Juwan in there, but a great accompaniment there with the 26 of 8, very efficient.
He was really good. They played small, so they switched a lot off the ball, which we thought, he had an advantage. He's getting more comfortable. He's getting more confident around the basket. I thought you saw that in the first half. He had a jumper. He had a nice counter move where he was able to score with his left hand. Second half, I think he got a couple. He made a cutting off a back screen, got a nice layup. But he's doing a good job. Justin played well tonight.
Pete? Archie, your ability to win close games, what I think JD said you're 4-0, 5 points less. Well, what's the key to that?
Winning close games is about getting stops. And if you can get stops and you can find a way to hang in tough games and get stops, and your team is believing that you can win a game without scoring points, that's step one. Being a tough-minded group, being a team that wants to battle all the way through, I think that's been good. I also think we've had a really good player in Juwan Morgan that you can go to in the last 4 minutes of the game, and he can get some things done for you, which was the case tonight.
Yeah, Jim.
Your thoughts on a guy like Juwan, getting an ankle injury, can't even finish your game, can't practice. First came back, okay, a couple days later, gets 25 points.
Yeah, we were just sort of waiting for him in the first half to see if he was going to feel his way through the game. Thought he had an advantage from his mobility standpoint, but just wasn't sure he was going to be able to do it. And then I think as he sort of got a little bit more comfortable in those first 4 to 8 minutes, I think at that point in time it was a non-issue. So, you turn your ankle, and a lot of guys handle it different ways. I think Juwan just played through the adrenaline tonight. I'm sure he'll be sore as we head to Illinois on a quick turnaround. So hopefully, if anything, he gets some more rest before he plays again Wednesday.
Sir.
Coach, kind of a recurring theme now, but Rob Johnson had 8 rebounds tonight. I think 6 of them maybe in the defensive end. He's got something like 33 rebounds in the last 5 games. Is that representative of what you need from
He's really taken he's taken it to another level in terms of what we're asking him to do. And I think his play speaks volumes. You know, you're not worried about him shooting anymore. You're not worried about it. He's an unbelievable defender right now for us. And he's really brought into the defensive rebounding by our guards because we're small. And if he gets 8 defensive rebounds, and our number is usually 12, we try to get, I think we had 7 at Michigan State, 7 total guard rebounds. And there's a big reason why we weren't able to win any 50-50 balls or anything. I thought tonight was a little bit different. Rob had 8, Zach got 3, Devontae got a couple, so we were up over our number. But Rob is as coachable of a guy, and he wants to do well. And I think at the end of the day, he's just trying his butt off to finish his career off the best way he can. Sure.
Archie, you mentioned the quick turnaround, but I think in the next 8 days you have two-day turnarounds. Just how
you reminding me, or you trying to get me? Are you trying to get me to get in trouble or something? We're on an incredible run. It's an unprecedented run. 7 games in 17 days. 3 times 2 games in 3 days in 3 consecutive weeks, with the second game being on the road. Those are tough tasks. I mean, you have to get a little bit healthy. You have to get a little bit lucky in terms of the health. That's the thing that you care about the most this time of year, is having everybody available. But it's definitely going to be one of the more challenging runs that we've been on. And I think when you look at the games at home, when you look at the travel, it's going to be one of those deals where it's set February 1st. When you look up, you like to see where you're at. But Wednesday night, sometimes you make too much of it. Sometimes you see guys play their best games on back-to-backs, or 2 games in 3 days. But it's tough. The thing you're concerned about is the wear and tear on your guys' bodies. That's the big thing.
Devontae comes in and holds Callan to 2 of 12 in the second half. How impressed were you, having another guy who can come in? And,
we needed some help. Josh had a rough night with fouls tonight. He wasn't in a rhythm. We needed another guy to step up, and Devontae, I thought did that. He did a decent job with him in the second half, keeping him out of the lane. A couple times I think he stripped him and whatnot. Devontae's just got to kind of stick with it here. I think offensively, some of the decision making, some of the shots, obviously are questionable, but when he's out there for long stretches, we're better. And hopefully on Wednesday we're going to need him versus Illinois' pressure.
All right, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you.